Okay. All right. Are you in a relationship?
Yes.
Okay. Does with a
I'm
man?
married for 14 years to a man. Yes.
Got it. Okay. Does your husband ever masturbate while watching strangers have sex on the internet?
Yes. And so do I.
Okay. And how do you feel about that?
Fine.
Fine. Okay. What
Because
does it
I
do
do
for you?
too.
I
I
got you.
Nothing. Sometimes you don't want to, you just want to have an intimate moment with yourself. And sometimes watching videos of people doing carnal things helps that. And so sometimes we both do that on our downtime. And then sometimes we do those things together. It's not like I don't understand what the big deal is.
Got it. Okay. So you kind of just pass the time sometimes by masturbating while watching
No,
strangers
not
have
pass the
sex?
time. Just like
Okay.
if you have, like, a moment where you're alone and you want to. Why not?
Well, do you think it enhances your relationship with your husband, or
I think
or
it's
not?
completely neutral.
You think it's neutral? Okay,
Yes.
got it. Okay, when did you start watching porn?
Oh my God. I was like 15. The second I got internet access in like 94 or 5 or whatever it was.
Got
The
it.
second I got internet access, I was looking at people having sex. That's
Do
what
you, do
the
you have
internet is.
kids?
Yes.
Got it. Do you think it's good for children to get on the internet and look
No.
at people have? Okay, why not?
No.
Why do you think it's not good?
That's why we have internet protocols now, and you limit your children's access to what they can. We didn't have that back then, and that was probably not great because I
Do
saw a
you,
lot of violence on the internet also, which I think is more harmful than sexuality.
do you think what you saw on the internet helped form your sexual template?
Not any more than what I saw in movies or on cable at the time. No.
Oh, what kind of movies did you watch?
Any movie from the 90s. Name one.
Back
Like,
to the
name.
Future.
Okay. You know what I mean? Any sexually charged movie from the 90s.
Yeah, look, it sounds like we're around the same age. I'm about to turn 40. I'm telling you,
I am
I've seen a lot of
42,
porn.
so
Okay,
yeah.
I've seen a lot
No,
of
I
porn,
mean,
and I've
these are
also
like
seen a lot
wild
of
things.
movies from the 80s and 90s, and I would say there's no comparison. Even Pretty Woman, that's a great example. Pretty Woman doesn't even
Ooh.
touch the heels of porn.
It's a movie about a woman who's selling her vagina for money.
I got it. But what's
So,
shown
like, I
in
mean,
that
it's
movie
not,
is very
it's
different than
not
porn.
that I don't find I didn't find it romantic then. I don't now. I do agree that, like, hardcore depictions are not something, especially the way that material is now. There's a lot of misogyny, a lot of like degradation, and it's not all, clearly not all consensual. And I think that's more of the issue than that it's cheating. It's not that it's cheating, it's that this hurts the performers that are doing it.
So why do you
You know what I mean?
participate in it?
I have actually pivoted to just watching, like, it's really stupid, but like animated stuff because I know that doesn't hurt anybody. It's just, does that
So
hurt
you
people?
okay, got it. So you masturbate while watching cartoon people have sex to pass the time.
Yeah.
This is
How
what
does
your
that
life has
hurt
come to.
people?
Well, it
No.
hurts.
Okay. And then I also have sex with my husband of 14 years.
I got it.
Sometimes
I would make the
I
assertion that
watch
it hurts
something that
you.
makes me feel funny and doesn't hurt anybody.
Yeah, I
Can you
would
tell
just
me
say,
why that's wrong?
well, you gotta. There's a lot of questions to come to the point of why are you masturbating while watching cartoons have sex. I'm not
Because
going
I
to say
feel
whether it's
like
right or
it.
wrong. I got it. I got it. But
So
just
is it
think about that.
wrong?
That's kind of a interesting thing
Okay,
for a
no,
grown
I'm gonna,
adult to
before
say.
you say how do you feel about that, I'm gonna need you to tell me why I should feel bad about it.
I'm not
Why
going to
should
tell
I
you that.
feel bad about
I
it?
don't know if you should feel bad
Okay,
about it or
then
not.
what's the point?
The point is, that it's just an interesting thing for a grown person to do, to masturbate while watching cartoons and
Interesting
think and
how?
well, okay. How do you think general people would reply? Like if you were to go survey adults and be like, "Hey,
I think they would say,
which
"Ew,
one of these
gross, you're
hobbies
weird. You're
which one of these
masturbating to
hobbies stands
cartoons."
out to you as maybe being a little different? Uh, Playing sports, eating
Gross.
a carrot, reading a book,
Nice.
or masturbating while watching cartoon characters have
Nice.
sex.
Neutral.
Neutral, neutral. Okay, got it. But okay,
What? Who does it hurt?
I would make the
Why is it
assertion
not
that it hurts
neutral?
yourself because you're skewing your sexual template into thinking that sex is designed to be between a person and a cartoon character on a screen as opposed to
When I
two
have
human
actual
beings
sex
in
with a
person.
person, it's with my husband of 14 years, and I do not expect his penis to be cartoonish. It's just something I'm looking at in the
You're
moment because I'm curious. I'm a
Are you
human being.
masturbating while you're doing it?
Yes.
That's a sexual act.
Right? And
It's just interesting.
why?
What are your views about sex? Like what is sex supposed to be?
It's very complicated. As I'm sure you know, it can be for procreation, it can be for pleasure, it can be for recreation. And as long as none of your activities hurt anyone, it is completely morally neutral.
Okay. So do you think that in any way exposure to pornography can be harmful to a person?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. In what ways could it be harmful to a person?
I think that consuming a lot of the actual real life porn that actual real life men and women contribute to, they are not fully able to consent. And you don't know the intentions of the human being during that, which is why I prefer the animated stuff. Because I know that there are no actual real life people that needed to consent because they're just drawings.
Yeah, I got that. But do you think that that can be harmful to a person, even if it's a cartoon?
No, I don't think
Okay.
that drawings can be harmful to a
Okay.
person. I think
Do you
I
think
think I think that the porn industry is harmful to everyone. Yes, I don't think that depictions of human beings having intercourse is harmful to anyone. I think that's neutral.
cartoons have sex?
No, I'm making a claim that one of the first things that was depicted in art before we could even write languages were depictions of human beings having intercourse. Because that's true.
Is that true? I don't
Yes,
know. I'm not up on
it
hieroglyphic
is. Cave
history.
drawings of people having sex with each other and actually with animals, which I'm not in favor of, but those were depicted. Human sexuality has existed in art since the beginning of time. It's the first thing we started drawing.
I actually now want to know, like, what is the first known drawing? No, I'm not saying you're wrong, but now I'm interested in it. Okay, well, nice chatting with you. Enjoy your cartoons.
You too.
All
Thanks.
right.
Enjoy
Well,
your whatever
I don't
hang-ups.
masturbate. I don't
Bye bye.
masturbate while watching cartoons, but thank you. Hey there, what's going on?
Hi, what's your name? I'm sorry, I didn't get your name.
My name's Austin. What's your name?
Austin, my name's Patrick. Nice to meet you.
Patrick, nice to meet you. Do you watch cartoon
And I
porn too?
appreciate. I'm sorry.
Do you watch cartoon porn too?
No, I don't watch cartoon
Okay,
porn.
got it. All right.
No, but I do
Go
have a
ahead.
question for you.
Sure.
And it's a personal one.
Hmm.
Um, so I'm 51 years old, and my son, who's 23, came to me recently and said he has a porn addiction,
Hmm.
and I don't know what to do about that. Like, I don't know how to handle it.
Hmm.
I don't know what kind of porn he's watching. But he opened up to me at dinner the other night, and he said, I have a porn addiction and I don't know what to do about it. And be honest with you, I don't know what to do.
All right. First of all, great job. Way to create a situation where your son is comfortable enough coming and telling you what's going on for him. It's like parenting goals right there, man.
You want to have sex with my wife. I'm just going to be straight with you. My wife was a terrible person, and I struggled with having sex with her because I hated it. So I turned to porn because it was more of it's a feeling of forgiveness, or like, I don't know what the word is, but I felt more like it was fun. Porn was fun, whereas sex with my wife was not fun at all. It was demeaning and degrading and whatever. And so that's where I was with my wife at the time. I've divorced her since, but that was when my son was very young. I don't think it would have had an impact on him at all. But his relationship with his mother is a concern of mine.
Hold on. You don't think what would have had an impact on him?
My relationship with porn.
Got it. Okay.
He was 4 years old,
Okay.
or 5 years old, and right, even now I don't look to porn at all. I maybe watch porn once a month, if that. So it's not a concern of mine right now at all, but it is for my son, and I'm not
Yeah.
sure if that has a relationship with his mother or not. I'm not sure how that works.
Okay. All right. So the reason I asked that question and appreciate that is more just like, it can be hard to, how do I want to put it? Like, I think a problem.
You can be
that,
brutally honest with me, by the way.
No.
Like,
Yeah. Thank you.
that
I
could
got
hurt
that.
my feelings.
No, I understand. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to tell the truth. So,
Right. I appreciate that.
yeah, that's not what I'm thinking through. I'm just thinking through how do I phrase this? I think one of the issues that people, and I'm about to turn 40, kind of plus or minus 5 or 10 years of me, around 30 to around 50, we grew up with a pretty skewed sexual ethic, not in all cases, but in many cases. Like sometimes you see people masturbating to cartoons because the internet, right? Like that previous guest said, it's like,
Well, that's what he said.
1995.
That's what my son
Yeah.
said too.
Exactly, right? So my point in that is if we haven't really truly healed through this and figured out like what the heck happened with our sex story, how are we going to teach that to our kids, right? So that's why I asked you that question. So I would say, like, what did he ask anything of you, or did he just say, hey, this is something I'm struggling with?
It was out of the blue, honestly. It wasn't anything that I, well, I will say this. Let me say this. So he's 23 and he's a good looking guy and he's not gay and he has yet to have a girlfriend. And so that concerns me. Like he hasn't had a girl that, they went out for dates for like 6 months or a year or anything like that. He has no relationship like that at all, even to this point. And I'm concerned about that because I think he's replacing porn with relationships, and that concerns me a lot because I don't want that. Man, I don't want that to happen for him. So, I'm sorry.
No,
I
keep going, man.
I want he should be able to have a relationship with a woman because he's smart, intelligent, funny, good looking, and he's replaced that with something else, and that's how I feel.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Way to touch that. That's the conversation, man. It's not about porn. He probably has a longing as well to be in a relationship. And again, I'm not here to make friends, but I would say he did learn something from you. I got kids too, man. Kids are so smart, even at 4 years old. They know what's going on. He may not have known exactly what you were dealing with or exactly what was going on with you and your ex-wife. He knew something was going on though, and it left an impression on him. So
I can deal with that.
Yeah, my encouragement.
I can understand that. And I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah.
Even though that hurts a lot, that's a internal thing for me.
Yeah, and if you can open up vulnerably with him and tell him, what was really occurring for you. I mean, obviously, make it father-son appropriate. He is an adult though; he can handle it. That'll give
It
him.
doesn't feel like that to me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I
He's
got
still a kid to me.
it. Sure, sure. That will give him permission to get in touch with his feelings and what's really going on for him, to see his dad do that. That's the goal here,
Okay.
right? It's like, hey, son, I have problems too. Let me just give you a glimpse into what was really going on in those early years of your life.
You think
And
that?
then,
Do you really think that that makes it okay? You feel that
I,
way?
I think the truth is always the best thing. Again, you got to decide what level of detail you share, obviously, right? But this is a bigger invitation here of what type of intimacy you can have with your son. And then point forward to something new, man. And you watch porn too for the same reason. You're trying to fill a void in your heart with your pornography use and with your wife. You didn't know how to have the conversation with your wife when you were married to her about how unhappy you were about sex or whatever it was. And you resorted to pornography, a fake, false teacher about sex, to help you make it through that time. I don't blame you. I've been there. Similar story in my marriage. I didn't know how to have the conversation with my wife, so I turned to porn, which then escalated into physical cheating in my case. But there's an underlying longing there, a good desire, a good wantedness to be loved and connected with somebody else, which is really scary to have that.
I hear you, and it means a lot, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for saying that to me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Take your time. Take a breath. You're fine.
I will do that,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and I'll come back on once I do this. I'm going to come
Okay.
back on here
Well,
and tell you
hey,
how it goes.
I got it, man. And hey, if you want to, I do this for a living, man. If you want to schedule a call with me, you can. It's $1 for a 30-minute call. I'd love to chat with you offline. Okay.
All right, I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
I'm happy to bring you back on here on TikTok. But yeah, so go to link in my bio if you want to schedule a call. Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate it very much.
All right, man. You got it.
Okay.
Take care. Bye. What's up, man? Hello, Christian Walk, my friend.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good, thanks.
Yeah, good. We talked a couple nights ago. I don't know if you recall, but
Yeah, I remember.
yeah. So I got the book you recommended, Unwanted, and yeah, you're right. It's a total game changer. I
Bro,
mean,
blow your mind
yeah,
right open.
it is. It is. I even turned a friend onto it, and I told him, I said, "Look, man, because we've been walking through this struggle for several years together, and I said, man, I got this book, and you got to read it. It's like amazing." And so he
Mm-hmm.
just ordered it. So
Yeah,
yeah, so thanks a lot because it
you're
really
welcome,
just
man.
hits home. And
Yeah. What's your biggest takeaway so far from reading the book?
well, I'm not too far into it, to be honest. I mean, I just got it a couple days ago, so I've only kind of read the first chapter.
Yeah.
But just even that first chapter alone is making me take some introspective to, my childhood and the things that I was lacking spiritually and what drove me to have my perceptions and to act out in the way that I've been acting out. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, from abandonment to all sorts of things, it's I can't wait to just get through the book, and I'm definitely gonna, get a jump on here and give you some feedback as I go along. But yeah, I
Yeah.
think anybody out there that's struggling, including even the last caller, I mean, I think this book can help everyone.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. And
Yeah,
if that guy's still here, I think his name was Patrick. Definitely get that book, Unwanted.
yeah, because we're all
Yeah.
wounded.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so thank you. But I'll definitely be
man.
back in touch with you, and I'm
Yeah.
spreading the word. So I'm gonna
Good,
get you
man.
some more followers too, man. Because they're
Yeah.
like, who is this guy?
Yeah. I love it. Well, thanks for sharing, man. Yeah. It's such a good
Yeah.
book. And thanks for coming back.
Thanks for giving back, dude.
Yeah. All right. Take care. Bye.
Have a good night.
Yeah, there's an audiobook as well. It's called Unwanted by Jay Stringer, How Sexual Brokenness Reveals Our Way to Healing. It's such a good book. Careful, though. It might change your life. Just be careful with it. Do I have any books for people struggling with corn? Yeah. Have I talked about Unwanted before? Read that one. Hey there, what's going on? Kennedy. Kennedy? Kennedy? Kennedy, you're on the internet talking about porn. Oh, no, she's not. What's going on?
What's
Hello.
up, dude?
Not much. Are you 18 or over?
Yeah,
Okay. Is porn cheating?
yeah. No, I got a squeaky voice. I'm 31 years old. I swear to God.
Okay. All right.
However the marriage goes, I'm not going against anything here. One man, one woman, whatever it is, it's a bond between two people. I think that when it comes to porn, that you are not living out, I'm sorry, you are visualizing some kind of fantasy about someone else, because the thing is, when it comes to sex, is that's such a sacred bond between you and one other person.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Was
like
that, was that a
no,
question?
like
Or?
oh no, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
with porn, like it's not, I don't know, it's a really difficult, it's a blurry line, because it also depends on the relationship of the two people as well. Like, maybe the spouse is okay with porn. Like, okay, cool. Maybe one spouse is only okay with porn and the other one isn't. That's really kind of a in-house discussion between the two spouses, and they go from there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like,
I mean, I would agree that whether it's cheating or not would hinge on what the agreement is with the couple. I would agree with that.
yeah, like, yeah, no, like with cheating, I don't know if cheating is the word or the phrase to go with, but it also has to do is what's the agreement between the two people. It's not a universal or a blanket statement. Like, that's something
Mm-hmm.
that I feel is discussed in between the two. Me personally, I don't think it should be allowed, but it also depends on what's going on between those two people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So, what do you think most people would generally understand in relationships, that porn use would be permitted or not?
Dude, I can't really speak on what most people would do, because I mean, that's more of
I'm
a
not asking
private.
for you to speak on what I'm just saying. What do you think most people might say? Like, if we were to poll the whole United States adults, do you think that they would say that without having a conversation about it, would pornography be acceptable or not in a relationship?
No, I don't think it would be.
You think that most people would say it wouldn't be acceptable?
Correct.
Yeah, I agree. I think, I poll people here on my live, though there's obviously can be an implicit bias there. But I tend to think that most people would uphold a standard of monogamy in relationships by default.
Yes.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, thanks for sharing.
Yeah, thanks, man.
All right, take care. So I didn't tell you guys about my escapades yesterday, was it? On Monday. I went to ASU. I sat there with my sign. Can I share my screen here? Yeah. I made a little booth. And I had some fun. So I'll bring on another guest. There's a few people, but I'll bring on another guest in just a minute. So hang tight for those of you who are waiting, if you want to chat. So I did post this on social media. So here's my. So oh, it's so fun. So I had my sandwich board with my sign, and then my little chair set up. It said, "It's porn cheating." Here's what I learned. Okay, here's what I learned. People are way more willing to talk about this on TikTok when they don't have to show their face. They can hide behind their username, which usually isn't their actual name. They're way more willing to talk about it. I was there for probably like 2 or 3 hours of actually sitting down, probably about 2 hours. I talked to maybe 10 people. It got a lot less engagement than I thought it would, right? Because on TikTok, I mean, there's actually pretty low right now. There's 150 people right now. Usually there's 200-300. And I get, I'll have a queue of 50 people waiting to talk to me on here sometimes. Nobody queued up. There wasn't a crowd. But what was interesting is of the people I talked to, about 70% were male, 20% were female, and 10% were other. And of the men I talked to, I think it was about 7 guys. All of them had the viewpoint that porn is cheating. They all shared with me their story about why they stopped it, why it's so much better without it. There was one guy who I would say was neutral. He was very philosophical in his approach to it. So by no means was he pro porn. He was just super neutral and like really thinking through it. I talked to 2 women, one of whom was a short, quick conversation that was like, yeah, porn's cheating. The other one, she was like, I don't know. And then, of course, I asked her about 15 questions and got her rethinking her whole life, which was beautiful. And then the other person, which that was just an interesting conversation. So I'm going to tweak it. Like, I got to figure out how to make this more engaging. I think that my approach, right? So I'm a big guy. I'm 6'7", almost 300 pounds. I'm wearing my Porn Coach hoodie, which basically looks like the Pornhub logo, right? Wearing all black. I got these signs all around me that look like Pornhub. It says, "Is porn cheating?" I mean, I'm not kidding. In this walkway, people were literally going to the other side to avoid everything that was going on here because there's so much shame involved, I think. So they just didn't want to talk about it. This was fascinating though. Like, so I had to go like create conversation. So I would grab my microphone and, I would just be like, hey, is porn, or do you watch porn? I would say, do you watch porn to guys, right? This is a college campus, 18 to 22-year-olds. And like 15 guys in a row, just quick, no, I don't watch porn, which I started making a joke out of it. I'm like, you guys, let's go to the statistics department. 95% of 20-year-old boys watch porn. What are the odds that 15 boys in a row who are 20 years old claim that they don't watch porn? It's impossible. It's literally not possible. So they're a bunch of liars. That's my conclusion. I do think a prompt that's less open will help next time, like saying porn is cheating, change my mind. They all lied. Bro just walked out of the bathroom with one last sock. Yeah, so I think having a question that asserts my opinion instead of just creates conversation will create more engagement there. So anyways, it was super fun. I learned a lot. I did get some good content out of it. It should be edited by the end of the week, and I'll start posting clips on there. My son is in college. I can only imagine you on campus. Yeah, so, all right. Stay tuned for those clips. Do you do my own editing? Typically I do. For this I won't, because there was 2 cameras. So I had the one camera by the table, and then my video guy was also like holding a camera. So that takes me too long. But pretty much all my videos on TikTok I do myself. Hey there, what's going on?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. What's up? Is porn cheating?
Well, I don't know about that. Only reason I say that is because I don't know if you remember the other guy that was on here, the real emotional guy, the 51 years old. So I'm not saying that I'm him, obviously, or
Are you his son?
no, but
Oh man, that would have been cool.
it would be. But I honestly kind of like the opposite, if that makes sense. When he was on, I'm about to be 23 and like end of March, and I really have. I've been severe. Like, okay, so I've been struggling with the porn industry for like a little over 5 years now, like off and on. But recently it has been getting worse. And my kind of like question to you would be, what would you kind of like? What would be your advice if you're asking it like for like a hard, I don't want to say it, but like a hardcore, I guess, porn addiction. That started when I was 17, and I'm 22 now. I'm about to be 23, like I said, and I honestly, it's like I felt like it's like taking over me, and I've like no clue what to do. So like, do you have any advice or on that? If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you. Well, I don't really like to give advice. I like to ask questions. Is that okay?
But yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Well, the advice I would give you though is just start learning, continue learning, find people who can help you and support you through this. Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, and first of all, it takes a lot of courage to speak up about this.
I know.
So good job.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Good job. Have you ever told anybody this before?
Sadly, no, not even my parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So it's huge, man, to come here and say that publicly on TikTok. Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. So I'd just ask you, like, when did you start
And,
watching
and
porn?
also one more thing, if I'm asking or saying, I I'm pretty much like, I'm not saying like I'm the one guy's son, but I never really had a relationship or you know a partner like a girl. 'Cause I'm not gay either. Never was, never will be. No offense to anyone on here in general, but yeah. So
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. So, all right. When were you first exposed to porn?
uh, mid late 17, 17. So 2019.
That was your first time. That's pretty late. I believe you, but you had no exposure to it before then.
No, I never. I'm not saying I never heard of it before then, which honestly I had, but I
Yeah, it wasn't really in your life.
yeah, I was, and especially at that time, around that time, 2019, I had just gotten back from my older brother's wedding, and then that really took a toll on me with being coming from like starting to have depression, and that the doctor I was with at the time, he was really upfront with me. He said it was called stressful life event, and I guess that also, like with porn itself, I guess, and depression, I guess, it really it really combined it, if that makes sense. And I don't know together. So,
What was stressful for you about that event?
well, me and my older brother, there's 5 years apart from us. We grew up really like close, as in like I would take a brother for him like to this day, like any day, and we're so close. And since we was, I guess I didn't know there was like such a thing before, but after we came back from the wedding, I don't know, like things automatically changed.
Between you and your brother?
That too, yes. And just lifestyle, I guess, if that's the right word for it.
What changed?
With being never been into porn or like watching porn, I should say. But in that case, it changed. It got me into, I guess, porn. Like automatically, just if not every day, every other night or every other day, like off and on. But it was really consistent. Consistent though.
What did you lose when your brother got married?
Good question. Internally, everything. I don't know if that quite makes sense for you or to you, I should say, but um, social, like everything towards social, even with my cousins, like I don't really. I have ever since then I haven't really talked to really no one. It's really is if I were to or even try to, it would be really really hard. Like I could not even make a conversation with no one. Not even my own type of family, no cousins, no aunts. Which I mean, I never really did like my aunts.
Hmm.
So
So when your brother got married, it's like you lost your person who
yeah, exactly. That's
yeah,
what I'm trying to do that.
and that correlated with your porn really discovery essentially, and then
Yeah,
it just went wild from there. So
exactly.
thanks for sharing that, man. So here's the
No
thing: is
problem.
I would say one, you're grieving the loss of your brother.
Yes, indeed.
He didn't die, right?
No.
But
Yes.
you lost him. You're at least you lost what was the
Was
relationship you had with your brother,
yes.
right? When we don't process grief, we get stuck and we turn to things to make us feel better. I'm not saying I'm right about any of this, but
No,
maybe
no,
it's
you're
something for you to,
honestly you're on point with that.
yeah. Okay. So when we don't process through grief, we get stuck and then we turn to other things to make us feel better. So just
Yeah.
look at the broader story here. It's not that you're just like a pervert who watches porn, though you might be.
No,
I don't know.
it's
I
not.
used to be.
I will never.
Yeah. You were dealing with a big loss in your life and trying to fill a void,
Yes, exactly.
right? So, okay, so now then the question is, well, how do you grieve the loss of your brother, right? You're not going to do that right now, but there's an invitation for you to look at that. What was really lost, and in what ways have you been having a hard time replacing that, right? So you indicated you had a hard time connecting with other people, talking to other people. Can you speak more to that? No pun intended.
Yeah. Um, other than uh, not even. I don't know if like this is the right sentence for that, but um, not really like not even thinking, if that makes sense, to make a conversation with anyone. Like if let's say someone's trying to make a conversation with me, like no matter what it is, I don't know what to say. Um, I just kind of like you know how like that saying goes, a loss of words. Um, it's like a
Yeah.
lot more than that to me.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah. Before your brother got married, were you connected with other people?
oh yes, 100%.
But since
Like
your brother got
I
married, you
was
stopped connecting with
only
people?
what happened? I'm sorry.
Since your brother got married, you stopped connecting with other people?
Yes, indeed.
What is it about your brother that kept you connected to people?
Um, I mean, we was going out together like every weekend after work, and he would take me like that because I when he since there's 5 years difference between me and him, he obviously got his license first. Um, therefore, he would always like take me out. Like I would say this, like to our cousins and just hang out and stuff as they say, getting lit and stuff like that. Um, and I don't. If you don't ask me, what would be the one question again?
Well, what was it about your brother that kept you connected with people? But here, let me ask you a different question. Um, what did your brother give you in terms of like confidence that allowed you to connect with other people?
I'm not trying to come off gay at all by this, but I'm not exactly not. When you say confidence right there, right now, honestly, his own confidence. Like I was just being not stalking, but like I would be like whenever I am with him or even kind of close to him in a whole different way, I guess. I'll be like learning from him, if that makes sense. Like when he talks to like cousins or even, for example, his own girl at the time. Um, just the way he, I guess, advertised himself. I don't know if that is the right word, but like his own lifestyle, his own confidence, like kind of like you said, and the way he was giving off like vibes and stuff. If that makes sense.
What is your identity outside of your brother?
Now or then?
Yes.
Um, Very good question because the answer would that be I don't know
Yeah.
right now because especially I don't me and him don't really talk anymore. I'm um trying to like build the slot back in. Um, but otherwise, there's not much that me and him do like at all, or we don't even talk. We don't even see each other. So, and I'm not trying to like when I first got in here, when you first accepted me over here, I wasn't trying to like change the topic when I said about the wedding and brother wives and stuff. Um, and just overall, like the porn part, I think it just took a really big toll on me. With
Yeah, I get. Yeah, yeah. But here's the thing, man. I mean, porn's a distraction from what's really going on beneath the surface. There's almost always a porn's almost always a symptom of another problem, right? So
okay,
again, this whole thing with your brother. I mean, I'm not going to unpack that with you
no,
right
yeah,
here, but
no,
that's the invitation for you to look at that. What happened? Like, what really happened when your brother got married? To where you essentially lost your voice, you lost your confidence. Something about your identity. Can you guys hear me? NJ keeps saying I'm too quiet. Something about your identity got wrapped up in your brother, to where it's like, who are you outside of him? So he got married, and it's like your life got put on pause.
pretty much exactly.
Yeah,
Um, I don't know, part of me wants to say and be truthful about when Mike passed after the one that diagnosed me with the stressful life event, part of being the wedding and stuff like that. And part of me wants to believe that's the main, if not the main, then the only reason that um, uh, changed the lifestyle, I guess, in me. Confidence, I guess. Um, my own person, like kind of like you said a few minutes ago. I I don't know what to have to believe. I mean, I'm not trying to like still to this day blame him or anything towards that way because of what happened, and only because hey, he got married and such. Like, I'm not mad at him. Like ever since then, I was really happy that he got married and started his own life and such. Um,
yeah,
but I mean, since like 5 years later, I don't know what to exactly to think about it.
yeah.
Um, and don't get me wrong though, I've been trying to stop, like kind of like force myself, but apparently there is no force myself to stop.
There's no what for yourself?
Like just like kind of like forcing myself to stop
Oh,
porn.
forcing yourself. Well, yeah, white knuckling it doesn't work. But you're onto something here, man. With the story of your brother and all that, and I'd encourage you to keep on unpacking that. Right? Maybe it's with
I'm
a
very thankful.
therapist or a counselor or something like that. So
Well, that sounds good. Thank you so much. And same to you.
yeah,
Thank
thanks,
you.
man.
Thank you for what you do.
Yeah, take care. All right. All right. So am I quiet, guys? I feel like I'm screaming. The whole neighborhood's gonna wake up. All right, now that I'm in my new studio, aka my garage, where all good ideas come to flourish. I live on a corner lot, and my neighborhood is pretty active. Like there's a lot of walkers here, and the sidewalk's like 20 feet that way, 30 feet. I just wonder what people hear out there. No, they can't hear anything. It's like a dungeon in here. We see you. I forgot. What did I ask? You can hear me or you can't hear me? Okay, it's okay now because you have the volume up. The other guy sit outside. That's a good idea, Trina. That's a perfect idea. I'll do. Why go all the way down to ASU campus? It's like 30 minutes away. I got anxiety about getting parking tickets all the time. Which I haven't got one yet. Knock on wood. That's hilarious though. Like the kids across the street are going to be having a lemonade stand and I'm going to be sitting there on the corner. Is porn cheating? They actually said I can come and do it again for free because we kind of cut it short. It wasn't a failure, people, by the way. It wasn't a failure. It wasn't as, we learned a lot. And again, I think I got some good content out of it. Speaking of Girl Scout cookies, those people, I told my wife, I just need to start giving them money. Just forget the cookies. I can't say no to them. Every time I'll be like, can I get 2 Thin Mints, a box of Tagalongs? And then I just look at those sweet little faces smiling. I'm like, give me 16 more boxes of whatever. And they take all my money every time. And then I end up eating a whole sleeve of Thin Mints and feel bad about myself. Oh, this guy looks like he wants to argue. Hey, what's going on?
Hello.
Is porn cheating?
Excuse me. Just
What?
how are you tonight? How are
I'm
you
good.
doing tonight?
Is porn cheating?
Is fantasizing?
Bad connection. Thin Mint Samoas. What's up, Heather? Yeah, Thin Mints in the freezer are the best. I think Tagalongs are my favorite. Tagalongs and Thin Mints. Hey there, what's going on? Tagalongs are the peanut butter ones. Chocolate peanut butter. It's like if Reese's were a Girl Scout cookie, it would be a Tagalong. Good, Heather. I'm glad. See, you gotta name the shame. Name the shame. Hey there, what's going on? Hello. Tony. Tony. Hey there, what's going on?
So what's going on is my fiance's got a porn addiction and I'm trying to figure out how to get him help. He keeps going back to looking at women in bikinis and stuff and all this other stuff he's doing, like watching like sex shows and stuff like on his TV and stuff, and it's just crazy and beyond out of control. And he started it when he was 20. He told me, he admitted it to me because I've been watching your show and I've tried to figure out how to ask him, and I asked him a couple days ago and he confessed to me that he has it, the problem. And it started when he was 20 and now he's in his 30s now. And it's still going on and I don't know what to do for him. So what should I do?
Does he want to get help?
Do you want to get help?
Oh, he's there.
Yes, he does want to get help.
Okay. Does he? Can I talk to him?
Can you talk to him? Okay. He doesn't want to talk right now. He's going to sleep soon.
Ask him what's more
But
important.
if you ask a question,
Working on his
then
porn addiction,
what's more important?
or sleeping a few more
Working
minutes.
on your porn addiction or sleeping? It's all anonymous. He's not gonna ask your name or nothing.
No, I don't want to talk about it right now.
He says he doesn't want to talk about it right now.
Cause my
Ask him when he wants to talk.
When you want to talk about it.
when I can, when I feel comfortable talking about it, like people, no, talking to someone about it.
That's what he just said. So he said he's gonna wait until he feels comfortable talking about it. I thought you were at that point, but apparently not. This person's a professional in doing this. He doesn't want to talk about it.
Okay. Well, I think you have your answer.
So upsetting.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, look, not that he doesn't want to talk to me right now means anything definitively, but look, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And a lot of people,
Exactly.
they marry projects that they think that they can fix or solve, and then they spend a whole lifetime, a whole marriage trying to change the other person. And you just can't do that. You can't change another person.
Exactly. Like, it's crazy. I'm trying to help him, and it's just like, and he says he wants to help, and then he doesn't want to like talk about it all of a sudden now. Like, it's like,
No,
oh my god.
no, I'm sorry.
Alright. Yeah.
But you can be strong and you can create a life for yourself, whether it's with him or not. That is something that you can stand proud of.
Yeah.
I don't know what the next choice is for you. I don't know what you need to do, but this has nothing to do with you, okay? His behavior has nothing to do with you.
I know it has nothing to do with me. It's been going on for years.
Selma got raped, and that caused it too as well.
He got abused. He just said like sexually.
Yeah, I heard him.
And,
I
heard
already
it.
told you this. You should know this.
and that's why he does this. He says he's trying to escape that. He just said that right now.
Totally.
Like, literally.
Totally, man. And look,
So what's the solution for him?
I just want solutions. I don't want to talk to anyone.
He just wants solutions. He doesn't want to talk on here. He says
It's all I want.
that's all he wants. He says he really wants solutions. He wants to help. He just doesn't want to come on here and talk. He's too shy to talk.
I got
on
it.
Here.
I got it.
don't
Look,
like
you don't.
talking to people.
That's fine. He doesn't have to talk. Okay. Forget that.
It's because he's
I'm shy.
He's very shy, and
Okay.
that's why I came on here. And what would you suggest for him?
From what he just said, he has trauma that deserves to be unpacked.
You have trauma
And-
that deserves to be unpacked. He says
Yes, I do. I have lots of
he
trauma.
has lots of trauma. He says.
A lot more than half the people in the universe does.
Yeah, I got it, man. So here's the thing. You don't have to talk to me, but are you willing to go to somebody and talk to them about what happened to you?
Are you willing to go to somebody like a therapist to talk
I've
about what
already
happened?
I've already seen a therapist.
He's seen a therapist about it. He says.
I'm already seeing a therapist already.
Is it helping?
Is it helping?
Yes.
Yes. He says.
Okay.
I just
Okay.
have like a lot of trauma in me, and I don't like opening up to a lot of people.
Yeah, man. I got it too. I don't either.
You can say that. So.
It's scary to do that.
He doesn't either. He understands. It's scary. He feels the same way as you.
It's really hard to do that. And so whatever happened to you when you were a kid, man, like great job surviving life to this point.
Great job
you
surviving
had
life,
to
whatever
survive.
happened to you as a kid. You had to
I'm
survive.
still moving forward, not looking back.
Yeah, good. Surviving is always better than not surviving.
There you go, man.
Thank you. That's all I wanted.
What would you suggest for him other than therapy as well? Is there other things you suggest for him?
this only therapy would help me.
Well, therapies can be good. And
Nothing more, just therapy.
okay, yeah. If that's what you're comfortable with right now, totally fine. If and when you're ready, being in community with other people where they can see you for your story will take your healing to another level.
Being in a community and sharing your story with other people will take your healing to a new level. He says too.
I already
One day.
know. I do go to the group
He
sessions.
does go to group sessions as well. He says.
I only talk to people in the group.
And just people in the group he talks to. He's been opening up in group sessions as well, which is great.
That's
Okay, yeah,
good
job.
Which is good for me because I don't with my anxiety and
His
depression.
anxiety and depression, he's been going, and that's been great. And I just hope he keeps getting better and just doesn't keep going back to this, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I love him so much, and he loves me so much. I know he does, and people say in the comments, I'm just gonna say something about people in the comments. Yeah, you're right. He's yelling about it because he's upset about it, and he wants to change it, and he's just shy, you know. He doesn't normally yell and scream at me. Yeah, he does want to change it, so I'm not listening to the comments. He wants to make a difference in his life. He really does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, look, keep doing the work, and I would just encourage you, man. Like, it takes courage to continue unpacking your story and writing a new story, writing the next chapter of the story. You don't have to be bogged down by your past, and I can tell you're already disrupting that because you are doing the work. So good job. Keep doing that.
He's probably doing the work, and
Tell him thank you.
thank you so much for having me up here and talking to him. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. Forgot to ask, how did your ASU event go? I was just talking about that a little bit ago. It was good. I was hoping that it would be like TikTok in real life, but it wasn't that. Turns out people are way less likely to talk about their porn use in person amongst their peers than they are anonymously on TikTok. But it was good. We'll have content out probably next week from it, and I got to kind of tweak how I do it to hopefully create more engagement on campus. Coach, how are you doing? You get through these conversations. Yeah. How am I doing? Thanks for asking, NJ. I'm doing great. Look, I don't know how to put this. I hope this doesn't, like, I don't mean to be like arrogant, but like, I talk a lot about a man without a purpose or vision in life distracts himself with pleasure. I don't know why, but like, God made me to be in the mess with people. I freaking love it. I just love creating spaces where people can be seen and known. So yes, the stories are heavy, obviously, and everybody has a story and they're all valid. And I just, it's an honor to be in people's stories with them. Just as the people who have been with me in my story has been amazing for me. So doing it how I do it on TikTok, I don't know how we got to this place to figure out that this is what Austin was made for in life, but here we are. So, yeah, and I'm coming off both of my group calls tonight with a group of men and group of women, and it's just great. So, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. All right. That was an interesting one, though. We'll say that. I like this person's username. Loading ... Loading is loading. Now Now that's a name. Maria Soirama. Soirama? Soirama. Soirama? I'm new here. What does he do and help? He talks about porn on the internet. He helps people. I don't know. How would you guys describe what I do? That's a good question. How would you guys describe what I do? The people who watch me. Hi there. What's going
I
on?
didn't want to join the live, but I was typing out a comment.
Okay. Now you're here talking about porn on the
Um,
internet.
Yeah, yeah. I was typing out a comment saying that if somebody doesn't have a problem, like over excessive use of it, and there's boundaries set, I don't think it could be a problem, but potentially, yes, if it's abused.
Got it. All right. How much pornography in one's life do you think should be there until it's a problem?
When you're not giving your partner sex or sexual things, and you're wanting to do porn by yourself more than being with your partner.
Got it. Okay. All right. Do you watch porn?
Sometimes,
Okay. Why?
well, because I'm bisexual, but there's just some things that I'm not comfortable doing, like sharing with my fiance with another girl, but
Is your fiance a man
sometimes
or a woman?
a man.
Okay.
We don't want to bring anybody else into the relationship, but watching like threesome porn is okay.
Got it. You're bisexual though. Help me understand that.
Well, okay, I say I'm bisexual. He calls me a recovering lesbian. I've been with women before, but I never wanted to marry a woman. To me, like in college, it was just kind of fun to like kiss girls and things like that, but not actually like marry a woman or do anything like that.
Got it. So are you bisexual or are you a former lesbian who's now heterosexual?
He kind of jokes about it and calls me that, but in reality,
Hold on. I don't
straight.
want to know. I don't want to know what he thinks. I want to know how you would describe yourself.
I enjoy a woman's figure, like looking at them, but never gonna marry a woman.
Okay. So that's
But I don't really like labels that people come up with now. Like I don't want to be with the trends and label myself, you know?
got it. Okay. So you're in a relationship with a man, somebody of the opposite gender, and you're attracted to women, but you don't want to marry one. You want to marry a man.
Yes, and very attracted to my future spouse.
Very attracted to him. All right. Got it. All right. Are you sure about all of that?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah.
Wait, okay, so I didn't watch the live before. Do you consider it cheating?
Yeah, if you're in a committed monogamous relationship with another person and you say something like, I love you, only you, mind, body, and soul, till death do us part, if you go away, if you deviate from the agreement you made, you have cheated. That is cheating.
Okay, how do you describe it as cheating?
Because you dishonored the agreement. You made an agreement, you broke the agreement. That's cheating.
Would you consider just try and play devil's advocate here, but would you consider your soul binding when you like agree upon a marriage, then that would be considered the cheating? Or do you consider it upon agreeing that your relationship is official prior to marriage?
I think it depends on the agreement in the relationship. One way of expressing that agreement is to get married. One way is to have a DTR. So I think there can be many ways of making that a commitment.
What is a DTR?
Define the relationship. Is that
Oh.
term not applicable anymore? Am I old? I think I'm old.
Well, no. Well, how old are you?
Apparently too old to where DTR doesn't make sense anymore. I'm 39.
Okay, well, I'm 24, but I don't do a whole lot of the DTRs and the labels for things like IRLs and that stuff. I don't
Do you know
a
what
whole lot
LOL
of that.
means? Do you know LOL?
Yeah, I mean that's
Okay. Okay. All right. So what are we talking about?
laugh out loud.
Are you a lesbian or not?
No.
No. Okay. Got it. Does your fiance watch porn?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Would you consider you guys to be in a monogamous relationship?
Yes, only seeing each other. Wait, sorry, I'm so bad at those terms, but only seeing each other.
Got it. But that's not true because there's other people on the internet, right?
Well, but you don't actually talk to them. It's not like an OnlyFans situation.
You don't talk to them, but you masturbate to them.
Yes. I see what you're saying.
What are you seeing?
That it's kind of opening the relationship to have another connection with somebody else, even though the other person isn't connecting per se.
Oh, they're connecting.
It's kind of
They're for sure
one-sided. So in a
connecting.
way I agree, and in a way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. What do you think would be a?
But how do you
Oh, go ahead.
how do you feel about porn to oneself's videos, like videos you've made in your relationship?
It's still porn. I'd say why have you turned yourself into a sexual object? That would be my question.
Well, I don't know. I'd have to see my therapist about that one. Don't really know how to answer that one.
How long have you been seeing your therapist?
It's been a while. A few months.
Okay. So why do you turn yourself into a sex object?
Because I enjoy.
Being objectified?
No. Sexual pleasures.
Got it. What's better? Intimate, romantic, sexual connection with a person in real life or masturbating to a chunk of metal?
In real life.
Why not strive
But
for that?
sometimes they're not always available.
Got it. All right. Well, when are you getting married?
Thank you. I didn't mean to join, but thank you.
Oh, yeah. Great. You're welcome. All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, how do you leave these things?
I'll kick you off. Don't worry. I want to go back to what you guys said about how you describe me, what I do. A life coach? Yep, that's what I am. A life coach. You're a coach. The poor doctor. I like that one. Provide a safe space to share. You expose corn in a way that others see it as cheating to benefit their lives and behavior. Master of serenity. Mirror of good. Oh. Someone to talk to about life problems while providing a safe space. You bring a hidden addiction to the life. Yeah, appreciate that. It's good. Using your personal testimony to help others. Yeah. Amen to that. Jay's addicted. Oh, no, Jay's dedicated. Sorry, Jay. I haven't even talked to you yet.
Yo, we got in, bro. What the fuck? Yo,
We
we're
got
in.
in. We got in. Let's go. Let's go. What's up?
Yo.
Is porn cheating?
Yo. No.
No. Okay. Are you 18 or over?
I am.
Is your buddy 18 or over too?
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
Cool.
both 18.
All right. Porn's
Yeah.
not cheating. Tell me more.
So you said if just breaking vows in general is cheating. So what about something like if you say you're gonna make the bed in the morning and then don't make the bed, is that considered cheating because you broke a vow?
It's a betrayal.
That's a betrayal. So that's cheating in your definition.
It wouldn't be sexual or emotional cheating. It would be a betrayal.
Okay, but it's the same thing as cheating though, because you broke a vow. So how would that not be cheating?
I'm saying it is. It is.
It's-
Going against an
that's
agreement is cheating.
Not making okay. Okay.
It's a betrayal.
Okay.
There's big B betrayals and there's little b betrayals. I'd say
Okay,
not
and
making
what
the
about-
bed when you say you would is a good example of a little b betrayal.
What in cartoon porn? That girl said she was talking about cartoon porn.
Mm-hmm.
So what about the Kama Sutra? Like that was like the first way people.
That's not porn.
No, but I mean it could be used as porn, and I'm sure it was.
It could be, but it's not. The intended use is not porn. The intended use is educational purposes. Pornography is erotic imagery, usually depicting an organ or multiple organs of a person with the erotic intent to arouse. Kama Sutra would not meet the last part of that.
Okay,
Having
yeah, I
Erotic
mean,
intent to arouse.
The very last part of that.
Mm-hmm. Probably
But
the
I
most
don't-
important part. Keep going, bro. I could
Why-
do this all night.
No, yeah. Why do you feel like porn's cheating though?
Well, it's not whether I feel like it is or not. It's because if you're in a monogamous relationship with another person, you said something like, "I love you, only you, mind, body, and soul, till death do us part." If you go against that commitment or agreement you made, you violated the agreement and you're therefore cheating. So you're using other people for sex.
Okay, what about though? Like if say your partner caught you watching porn and then told you can't watch porn, right? And then while you're not watching the porn, they go and watch the porn though. You know what I'm saying? Like they told you not to, but then they go do it. I don't know. That's not really. That's not really a good question.
No, it was a pretty bad question, actually. You wanna try
Holy
again?
shit. No, but I'm just saying, would that would also be cheating though, right? If the other person watched porn after telling you not to, right?
Well, what's
That
the
would still-
agreement? Is
That
the agreement
I don't
faithful?
watch porn and they do.
What was that thing?
That's
I don't get it.
literally the agreement.
Well, all right. How much porn do you watch?
Well, I haven't been recently.
That's not what I asked. I said, how much porn do you watch?
Do I haven't been recently, but I'd say I've watched a decent bit.
Okay. Like how often? How many times a week or a month?
Well, when I was younger, I set up 8 in one day one time.
Okay.
Eight
One day.
times one day there.
Got it. How old were you?
Oh man, I was probably like a little younger than 12 or something.
Okay. And how old are you now?
19.
Got it. When's the last time you watched porn?
Oh shit, I don't know here.
Looking at your calendar.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a date for you. But I haven't been recently because it's just been such a problem in my relationship.
Okay. Like, what do you mean by that?
Because because my girlfriend does not want me to watch porn at all, but I don't know. It's just kind of become such a part of my routine and all. I don't really know how to stop. But I've been doing that, you know, but it's just, you know what I mean?
Do you want to stop?
I do want to stop, and I know I've been wanting to stop, but I don't know. I just don't really feel like it's that harmful, and if anything, it's kind of helpful because it helps me go to bed and shit.
Is your girlfriend there?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought. Okay. Hi there. How's it going?
Hi. Good. How are you?
Good. You got a real winner here. 8 times in one day.
Yeah. I'm a gooner, man. Fucking gooner, man.
So you want him to stop watching porn?
Yes, I would very much appreciate that.
Why?
He watched. I don't know if you want me to.
What? What is it?
Whole thing.
What whole thing?
The whole 8 months.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so he watched it the whole 8 months and hid it from me. And once I found out, I
can't hear you very well. Can you talk closer to the mic?
Yeah, sorry. He watched it for like our whole relationship pretty much. And after I told him that I didn't appreciate it, and he hid it from me for the longest time.
Got it. So it sounds like he lacks integrity.
Yeah.
Why are you with him?
Because I love him and I want it to work out.
Okay. What if he doesn't stop watching porn?
I told him that if he watches it, I want him to be honest with me, but if he's just gonna hide it from me, then I don't want to be.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'd rather him be honest with me and tell me when he's watching it than hide it from me like he did the whole relationship.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear that. Does it hurt you when he watches it?
It makes me feel very insecure about my body.
Mm-hmm. Can you like touch that a little deeper, like what it is that's painful for you?
The porn he watches, when I saw what he did watch, it looked nothing like me. It looked like the complete opposite of me. And it made me feel very insecure about what I looked like.
Mm-hmm.
No, but you did the same thing. You did the same thing. You did the same thing. What are you talking about? You did. You did the same thing.
What did he say?
He said I did the same thing, but I only started watching porn until after I found out.
Oh, so you watch porn too?
I don't watch it anymore.
Got it. But you started after you found out he was watching it?
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Okay, so you're basically trying to get back at him.
I was in the time, yes.
Yeah, but you stopped that. Okay.
Yes.
All right. What are your views about like sex and relationships and how it should be?
I feel like if you're in love with someone, you shouldn't have to like do that. Like you shouldn't have to watch porn to be able to come, pretty much. Like,
Or
you
fall
should be
asleep.
able to,
In his case, he
yeah.
said he uses masturbation as a sleep aid.
Because it'd be hard sometimes.
But I'm in your bed. You did it when I was sleeping. That's what I just don't understand.
What are your views about sex and sexuality and relationships?
I mean, I feel the same way, but I mean, like if I was not around, you know, I mean, I did do it in the bathroom there while she was sleeping. I felt bad about it, but I mean, like I feel like if like
Tell her to wake up. That's what I've been telling you. I've told you to wake me up.
yeah, but I mean, like if I get that was wrong, but in like if we're just apart, you know what I mean, and I'm just on my own, and it's just.
But I was with you for so long. I was never really alone. Like we were never really alone that much, unless if I was working.
Yeah, I know, but I'm thinking like now, I guess, but I mean, I don't know, man. I just never. This is the first time it's ever been like a problem. Girls have never cared. when I date them, man. I don't know. No one ever cared.
What
I
are your
care.
what are your views about like how to treat a woman?
No, obviously got to provide, and I would never
Provide
cheat
what?
on.
Provide what?
Like I have food and shit, and housing and shit, rides and shit.
What
I'll
else?
open the door for her and shit, take her out to eat and shit. You know what I mean? I would never actually physically cheat on her with someone else. It's not in me. I'd never do that. But it's just I feel like it's not on that same level. You know what I mean? Like I'm just, tugging. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's casual for me.
What about safety? Does that word mean anything to you?
Of course, oh, definitely, of course, definitely, of course.
Do you
Safety,
think
like protect her.
well, not necessarily physical protection, though that's part of it. But what does it mean for you to
I am
provide an
19.
environment of safety to a woman?
I guess I don't know. Like inside the house with me.
Well, ask her. Ask her what it would look like if you were to provide safety to her.
What does that look like?
I don't know. It's kind of.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have any concept of safety, I guess.
Okay. Is somebody sleeping in the background?
It's my dog.
It's just.
Gosh, there's always snoring. Gizmo. Do you guys live together or with one of your parents or what?
I live with my grandparents and he lives alone.
Yeah, she was living with me for a little bit though, but we just been having a rocky relationship there, so we kind of stopped.
Got it. Where are your guys' parents?
Home.
Yeah.
Okay. Where's her parents?
My grandparents. I live with them. They're
Oh, I
like.
got that. Yeah, do you have parents?
Oh. Kind of.
Okay.
My mom is okay. My mom's dead, and my dad has schizophrenia, so I'm not like I can't live with him because of his diagnosis.
Sorry to hear that. That sucks.
Yeah.
How old are you and your mom passed?
I was 17 when my mom passed.
And you're how old now?
I'm 18.
Oh, geez. Okay.
I'm 19. I'm 19.
How are you coping with that?
At first it was really hard, but now it's just like it's whatever. I've kind of got like used to it in a way.
Do you mind if I keep asking questions about this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. How'd she die?
She died from a fentanyl overdose in May.
Wow. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. Are you pretty close with your grandparents?
My grandfather, yeah. Me and my grandmother don't really get along.
Yeah. And how long have you guys been dating?
We started dating in May, so
Oh, right. Like right around when that happened.
yeah, it was like the end of May.
Oh, wow. Did you guys know each other before then?
Yeah, we went to school together.
Okay. Got it. You got a lot going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and that it does take an incredible amount of resilience to like figure out how to navigate through life in that situation. That is so hard.
Yeah, definitely is.
Yeah. Wow.
We talking about porn here or what?
Porn's just a conversation starter, bro.
Oh, so we just keep going into completely random subjects on a stream about porn.
What do you know about empathy, bro?
Of course, I have empathy. I absolutely feel for her, but I'm just saying. Like, are we talking about porn here, or are we talking about everything else? Did that with another guy too. It's like I didn't even totally lost track of what we were talking about.
Do you feel like he empathizes with you?
Of course I do. Don't look at me like that. Of course I do. I totally
Did you-
feel for you.
To a point.
You guys got a lot of stuff to figure out.
Definitely.
Yeah. And I mean, look, what you're dealing with, tragic. You're dealing with trauma, like capital T trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, I'm not here to make friends, okay? Is that okay?
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. So what we can tend to do in these traumatic situations is attach to people or substances or physical acts with our body that may not be the most helpful thing for us, but they're helping us cope through the traumatic event.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. Like.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to her.
No. Yeah. I'm just saying that she dropped out of school and is unemployed.
What does this have to do
No.
with
I'm just
anything?
no. Yeah. What does? Let me talk. Let me talk. Let me talk. That's not fair. I'm just saying she dropped out of school.
I don't
She's
get-
unemployed. She was getting kicked out of her grandparents' house, and I took her in, and she's lived with me for that little bit. I don't know why they took her back. They completely changed their mind. I bet it was a bluff to begin with. And I got her back into school, and she's going to get her diploma, and she provide my house for her. I've got her jobs. Got her 3 different jobs. She flirts with her coworkers at every single job. I've got her 3 jobs. You know, because she's in the area, because she lives out in the middle of nowhere.
And she also lost her mom a few months ago, and you're
I'm
masturbating to
just- I know,
pornography,
I'm just-
and she's
I
asked you to
totally-
stop, and you won't do that.
I'm just saying I'm not an unhealthy thing is what I'm saying.
You're not an unhealthy thing.
No, because you're saying you attach to unhealthy things. Like I'm not
I
Like-
didn't say that.
lying to her or anything other than that one thing.
I
But
said
it's just that one-
oftentimes when a traumatic event happens, we can turn to things like this. And then you imputed that on yourself as being
No,
the
but I just
unhealthy
feel like
thing.
you're trying to insinuate that I am one of those things.
I didn't make the connection there. You did, though.
Okay, but I just don't understand why bring that up.
Well, let's just go with that then, since you brought it up. Why do you think that might be at play here?
That I'm unhealthy to be with, because just because of porn though, over everything else I've done is the porn is
Bro, this has very little to do with porn. Dude, you're 19 years old, and you're like, look at all the things I provided for her. What do you think
Yeah.
she really needs right now? She has no parents.
Well, I know, but I do that. I love her, you know what I mean? I care for her. She always talks about how I talk about her mom with her, and no one else ever listens, but I actually listen. Come on, we literally go on drives to talk about it for hours.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just trying to
Is
say I'm
there-
not an unhealthy thing.
You're not what?
I just have an issue. I'm not an unhealthy thing to cling on to. I just have an issue, and I'm willing to work on it. Bare minimum. What the fuck are you talking about, lady? Shh. Sorry, shit.
So to the lady here, do you have a safe environment that you can be in? And I'm not saying that he's unsafe, but he might be. Do you have safe people in your life who you can lean on to help you with your circumstance?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Okay.
No, I'm not crying.
All right. Well, what do we do from here, guys?
Keep going. Keep going. I'm working on it. I understand it's something I got to fix, but I really do care about it.
Okay. What do you need? What do you need to fix specifically?
The not watching the watching porn. I mean.
Okay. How are you going to work on that?
It's just something I feel like something I just know I gotta stop doing. You know what I mean? I have discipline, but it's just like I think because I feel like it's just not a big deal. It's easy for me to crack on, but I just
Do you
need to
think
be
you're?
more.
Are you addicted?
Yeah, well, yeah, I really feel
Okay.
like I am. It's been
Great.
sort of an
So-
escape mechanism for me
All right.
throughout my.
Okay. Well, you're running away from something too, man. We all have those things we're running from. Will you go get help for your pornography addiction?
I feel like it'd be a waste of money because I understand it's something I just got to do myself, and there's talking to
It
it's not
doesn't.
gonna.
It doesn't work that way. You won't beat this on your own.
Well, I got her.
Sex is not the path out of this.
It doesn't have to. I'm not saying
But
sex.
why
you know
didn't
what I mean?
why didn't you stop if you had her the whole time we were together?
Exactly. You've had
Why
her
was
for
it-
8 months,
Fair
and that
enough,
hasn't
fair
helped.
You've heard totally fair enough.
And
I'm
how
sorry.
do I know
no,
you're just not gonna go on that Safari tab?
I get that. I gotta work on it. I really do. And I'm
Dude,
sorry.
if you have a pornography addiction, which you said you have, you got to get help for that if you wanted to change.
I just don't feel like it's that serious, honestly.
Dude,
I do.
8 times in one day.
That was forever ago.
Yeah, and it's probably gotten worse since then. Maybe not in the frequency, but that's a lot. Like that's pretty much the high end of severe.
I don't know. Like I said, it's just sort of been an escape for me.
Yeah, great. Look, dude, no problem. I got this job because I watched a lot of porn. Okay, I'm telling you, you can't beat this alone. You got in this situation because you were trying to beat it alone, pun intended.
That was good.
It won't work. You gotta go get help.
That's what I've been
Okay,
trying to do.
So, is today the day to do that? Go find yourself.
It's been the day to do that. We had a really good talk about it.
I'm just
And
scared
I'm
just
working
gonna
on it.
watch
I'm
it.
working
Well,
on
let me ask her this: how many people have you successfully walked through a pornography addiction into freedom?
Quite a few.
Have you really?
But yeah, I've
without
had
without having sex with them?
so there was quite a few like 4 I know actually got help for it.
No, I mean you personally being the one that walks it out with them. Just say 0.
With porn addiction. Just say
Look,
0.
look. My point is, she's not the one to walk this through for you, man. You got to go get help. Like go find somebody who can walk this out with you. Find an SAA meeting. Find a Porn Addicts Anonymous meeting. Schedule a call with me. Like there are plenty of resources to help you with this. You will not beat it alone. It just doesn't work that way.
I'm not alone. I got her and something I need to work on. It's my issue. This is totally a safe
Okay.
environment, by the way. This is totally a safe environment. I love her to pieces.
Okay. So, dude, look.
You are not his victim. You are on some. Hang on, Sarah. This is impossible for you to change, girl. You are not his help. You are his victim. I mean,
Hey,
she can do what she wants, but she doesn't want to. She's going to.
spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. If comments trigger you, it means there's something to look at inside yourself.
Well, I'm just
stop
arguing the
reading-
points. Is
just
all.
stop
No,
reading
I want to
comments.
read them.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna keep arguing.
Comments that trigger you are pointing out a truth inside of you.
What is that one? Hang on.
No, don't read that.
No, let me read them. Come
No.
on.
Okay. All right, guys. I'm gonna move on here.
Yo, Marky, that's Cat.
Okay, let's go.
Marky,
I'm
that's
gonna move
Cat.
on here. Hey, guys. Okay. This night, it's crazy. This night. Supposed to be sleeping, but this drama kept me up. I didn't get the worried unsafe vibes. I mean the comments were loud and clear. She was reading the comments, okay? And I asked her what people she had and to talk to them, and she seemed like she actually does have them. Thanks, Caleb. Appreciate that. Does anybody else need a shower? All right. Should we go for one more? Or should we call it a night? Please get into law. Oh, I think I can now confidently say it's probably my big regret in life that I never went to law school. Biggest regret. Well, that's not true. I cheated on my wife. That's my biggest regret. I'm better than a lawyer. I'm like a relationship lawyer. Why can you not go now? I don't think I would actually want to be a lawyer. That's why. You have to read so much and you have to write so much. I like just talking to people. Do I regret it? I don't know that I regret it. I don't know that regret is the right word. Yeah, I think regret is the right word. I regret it. I do. I'm such a bad student historically. I actually, because I went to ASU the other day, I logged in my account. I looked at my transcripts, people. This will give anybody who, yes, I did just Google the definition of regret. Anybody who questions my credentials, this is going to give you all the ammo in the world to say that I'm not qualified to do what I do. Okay, for anybody who needs more ammo. It took me 3 times to pass Psychology 101 when I was in college. 3 times. 3 times. It took me until my junior year of college to pass Psych 101. I was not a good student, but I just never tried. Yeah. The first time, I think I got an F. The second time, I withdrew. And the third time, I think I got a C or something like that. But again, this is how Austin is as a student. You show up to class, you fall asleep, and then on test day, you take a bunch of Adderall and hope you pass. C's get degrees, yeah. I wouldn't recommend that path, but that's why I don't think law school is for me. We've had a lot of couples tonight, haven't we? All right. One more. Hey there, what's going on?
Hey, how are you?
Good. You got your partner there with you?
Unfortunately, no, he's asleep.
Okay, wake him up. Come on, it's been fun tonight. We've had a lot of couples.
Oh no, we work
I'm just
opposite
kidding.
schedules.
Okay, all right. All right, what's going on? Is porn cheating?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Why?
Okay, well, I think it's cheating because you're looking at someone else, you're having certain expectations from a different person that isn't your own person.
Mm-hmm. Does your person watch porn?
Well, he did for a very long time. We are both, well, I'm 34, he's 35. We've been together since we were 18, and he has watched porn on
You
and
guys
off
want to know why I'd be a
throughout.
really bad... Sorry, can you hold on a second? You guys want to know
Yeah,
why I'd
no.
be a really bad therapist as well? Because I do things like this. Can you hold on a second? I got to go pee. Can you give me a minute? Adriana?
Oh no, go ahead.
Okay,
Yeah.
hold on a second.
Oh, thank you, Stitch. Just so everyone knows, I'm 34.
All right. All right. Sorry about that.
Oh no, you're
Won't happen
good.
again for at least 20 minutes. Okay. So he used to watch porn, and then now what?
So yeah, he used to watch porn a lot, and like I said, we were together from the time that we were 18, and I accepted it, and I just kind of brushed it off and just said, okay, this is just how it is. This is just how it's going to be. Sometimes he's going to watch porn. Sometimes he's not going to watch porn. But then I would say about 2 years ago, we went through problems, infidelity on both ends. We were either working, too hard, working opposite schedules, not spending enough time with each other. And we were both, and I will say this because it is me too, at that time, we were both looking for something more to fulfill ourselves because we weren't spending time with each other. We were not making time with each other, and that was a problem.
Yeah.
So now we do not do that. We have deleted a lot of social media stuff. No Instagram, no Snapchat, nothing. Because I feel like a lot of that stuff, it's a portal. It just puts you into that type of atmosphere where I don't know, it just pulls you in to like cheat. Not just pornography, but it just other things. Social media puts that into it as well.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing that. So you guys went through a lot 2 years ago, and you kind of cleaned that up, so to speak. How have things been since then?
Actually, it's been great. We've actually rediscovered ourselves and rediscovered ourselves in a relationship. So we're 34, 35 years old. We have 2 beautiful children together. Been together since we were 18 years old. And now we both act like we're, the 18-year-olds that first got together, that were so obsessed with each other. Because when you get rid of all that stuff, when you get rid of all that outside influence, you can literally get back to who you were as a couple.
Yeah, totally. I posted a video the other day. It's got like 50,000 views, and it says, "My affair saved my marriage." It was actually me talking about the guest I had on, but I, of course, share that viewpoint as well. But I got a lot of hate in the comments for that. Did you happen to see that video?
Unfortunately, I did not.
Got it. Okay. But yeah, so the whole concept of you guys went through a very difficult time. You burned the thing down to the ground, and now you've been able to create something, it sounds like, much better than what you had before. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Why do you think that is?
Well, I just think that it was a lot of growing. Like I said, being together from 18, going through our 20s, now we're going through our 30s. Like, people grow, people change. And so you have to also grow and change with your partner at the same time. Because if you don't grow together, you grow apart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, thanks for sharing.
Thank you. I appreciate you for having me.
Yeah. All right. Take care.
You too. Have a good night.
All right. Bye-bye. Hornet honey. That's great. Marky Mark said, can you try to do another subject ever? This is all you got, and your response is always the same. Yeah. And I said, nope, I'm a one-trick pony, Hornet honey. That's the key to success. You ever see a food truck only sell one thing? They kill it. Yeah. Yeah, I have seen a food truck only sell one thing, and you're right. They do kill it. Oh, I love that. Hey, it's just a conversation starter. It's just a conversation starter. But no, I'll probably start using my other account as more like general life coaching thing. But the problem is I tried that, and all roads lead to porn. All roads lead to porn. It's like I haven't found a better way to quickly get to an intimate, vulnerable level with a person than to talk about sex, like their beliefs about sex, their sexual, what do we say, issues or whatever. It's like it's the fastest way to get right into the heart of what's going on with a person. So, one more guess, you're not tired. Okay. I'll succumb to peer pressure. Better make it good, though. Who's it going to be? Oh, Marky Mark. I just randomly clicked, and your name was there, but now it's gone. What else would you want to talk about? I don't know. I don't bring the topic. The people do, right? I'm just the one that guides the conversation. I mean, I could just do more like generic life coaching entry points, which is like essentially like what's a challenge you're facing in life. How about that? I'll try that sometime. What's the greatest challenge you're facing in life? Pick me, pick me. Am I allowed to ask questions in the comments? Wow. He asked a question about if he can ask a question. Hail Mary. Hail Mary. Hail Mary. Hello. Hello.
I'm trying to figure it out.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. I've never done this before.
All right. Hail
Okay.
Mary. How many times have you gotten that? Hail Mary.
A lot.
So many times, I bet.
I don't know why it's not working. Okay. Do you have any suggestions on what I'm doing wrong? Like, I don't know.
Are you trying to turn your camera on?
Yeah, it just has like an X
Oh.
over my camera.
Yeah, you probably don't have enough. You have to have 100 followers, I think, to turn the camera on.
Wow. Yeah, I don't have that. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
All right.
fine.
Well, is porn cheating?
I don't know. I was hoping to find out for myself,
Okay.
kind of.
All right, great. Are you in a relationship?
I am.
Married, dating, engaged?
I'm dating.
Dating. Okay. With a man?
Yes, with a man.
Got it. Does that man watch porn?
Not really that I know of. It's just me, and I don't hide it, but I'm not like, hey, like this is a thing, you know? And I feel like it's been a more frequent thing.
Well,
And
hold
like
on. You don't hide what? Do you watch porn?
No, yeah, I do. I don't
Oh,
hide
got
it
it.
from him, but he knows that I do it. I just like we don't openly discuss it. We've been together for like 8 months, but it's weird because my previous relationship I was with this guy for 8 years, and he would watch porn all the time, and it really, really bothered me and made me feel a certain type of way.
How did it make you
And then
feel?
it made me feel like he chose that over me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And he was hiding it, so then it made it seem weird. And then like I got into it, and I'm just like, I haven't really asked my boyfriend if it like bothers him. He doesn't act like it does, but I was just curious considering how I would feel, when the tables were turned.
Yeah, got it. Okay. Well, how would you feel if the tables were turned?
I don't know. I mean, I've felt it before, so I mean, but this guy is totally different. He gives me the attention that I need and that I deserve, and I'm not like starved from that. And then, so I don't know. I guess if the relationship was healthy and like we were both on, you know, the same terms, I guess.
Do you think your relationship is healthy?
I do think it's healthy, but I also know that there are flaws. Like, my boyfriend's a very clingy person, and which is not bad, but I feel like, I don't know. He's not controlling. He just wants to be there with me like 24/7, and I can't do that. Like, I'm focusing on school, and I have a 2-year old, and I work 2 jobs. Like, I just can't, you know.
You're focusing on school, you work, and you have a 2-year-old,
Mm-hmm.
and he wants to be with you all the time.
Yeah. But like whenever I have my son, because I get weekends with my son right now, I'm going through a custody battle. Like he's not around my son. Like not because I don't trust him around him, just because I'm trying to focus on that. And I feel like we're not in that depth of relationship. To
That
do
that being what? You're trying to focus on what?
Just being there for my son.
Oh, got it.
And yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm curious why you watch porn.
I don't know. I've always been more attracted to girls, but not like in a relationship sense, but just the visuals of it, I guess. And I guess it's an escape. I don't know. Never really asked myself that question.
Okay. Well, think about it from like the context of love. If you were to say there's something in there about seeking love, I'm not saying I'm right, but what comes up for you if you consider it from that point of view?
I don't even think of it like that.
Got it.
The more I talk about it, the more, I don't know. I feel like it's pretty lustful, but then I'm still like wondering, like in my head, like, is it okay? Is it not okay? Like, is this a big deal? Or is this normal?
Mm-hmm. Well, what do you think?
Kind of mixed emotions about it.
Okay.
I'm not like thrilled that I've been more into it lately. Recently, I don't really know why. It used to be just like a very occasional thing, and it's becoming more habitual. And it's something that I've noticed within the past few days.
What type of content do you find yourself watching?
I don't really know. Like mainly girls.
By themselves or multiple?
Both. Multiple, like 2 girls and a guy, or sometimes just girls.
Okay. Again, I mean, if you were to try to dig beneath the surface, like what are you really seeking when you're viewing that? Like emotionally, what is it hidden for you?
I don't really know. I guess just, I don't know. I really think that it's like kind of like an escape for me, because it's kind of like a thing that I don't have to, not that I don't like to interact, and like I love my boyfriend and I's sexual relationship is good. I just feel like I don't know. This is pretty deep though, now that I think about it, and
Well, we're getting there. We're getting there.
yeah.
Yeah, Caitlin said something about a woman being pleased, chosen, taken care of. Any of that land with you?
Yeah, definitely. All of that.
Mm-hmm. What do you make of that? So, like, if you think about what you're really longing for in your life, romantically or emotionally, how would you describe that?
Um, what I long for romantically,
Mm-hmm.
just to be loved and respected. To have, wow, porn sucks, right? This is pretty much what I'm getting at. This is kind of making me feel like kind of shitty. And, it's definitely not something that I've ever talked with anyone about, really. Just because I feel like women that watch porn, like, is not. Some girls are really open about it, and I feel like they kind of boast about it, but I don't know.
Now you're letting it rip.
I'm like, oh my
How do you
God.
what do you really think? What are you really feeling?
I really feel like I've always kind of been, I grew up strict. I've rebelled a lot because I was raised by a really strict dad. Um, had a lot of rules. And I feel like I'm able to kind of just do whatever I want and not be judged and no one really know like what I'm looking at and what I'm like doing, really, if I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Yeah, it's like it's a place for you to just have total freedom.
yeah, definitely.
Hmm.
But it gains nothing. Like when it's like as soon as you're done, you're like, oh, okay, close out of that. Like let's disregard that and not think about it until next time. And then as you're in the moment, you're like into it, or maybe you're not that day. And then as soon as I'm done, I'm like, okay, I don't know how to feel whenever I'm like, that's over.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel when it's over?
Just like I just close out of my tab really quickly, and I'm like, okay, well, almost like I don't feel like weird is the word, but I'm just like, I don't know, it's just not real. Like, why? What is making me want to see that whenever I could have something much deeper with someone in person and, like, whatever you're into, cool, do it with, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Well, oftentimes there can be shame, there can be emptiness, loneliness, reminding ourselves of how lonely we are. Right? Pornography can be an escape to go try to feel connected to somebody, but it leaves us emptier. The opposite of addiction is not sobriety, it's connection with other people. And we turn to pornography to try to escape loneliness sometimes, but it just gets us further away from real connection.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it's been doing, and it's been slowly escalating. And I find myself like it's harder to get in the mood, you know? And like I remember one time years ago, I was with a guy, and he was actually a really good guy. He had a good job. Like he was super compassionate and sweet. But the only time, and this bothered me so bad, and this did not last long. But when we finally started to get intimate, he would always have to have porn on like beforehand, and it bothered me so bad. And I'm like, that doesn't sit right with me. I don't like that. It makes like here I am, like I take care of myself, and like I eat right and I work out, and like why am I not good enough? Here I am on like the flip side of it, and I'm basically doing not like to that extent because like I don't need that to get intimate, right? But I am doing it more and more, and I'm just asking myself for what, like why?
Mm-hmm.
But
Well,
in the
those are
moment, whenever I'm doing it, like I'm not asking myself that until it's like now, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Well, yeah, and that's it gets to the point where it's like I'm just going to do this and not even think about the consequence, and then I feel worse afterwards, and then I shape up for a couple days or weeks or whatever, and then I do it again. It's a cycle. It usually points back to some sort of feeling of not feeling wanted or loved or lovable or worthy or worth it or whatever it is for you. And we
Right.
try to go use pornography to get that feeling from another person because sex feels good, and we pervert what sex should be. My opinion, sex should be enjoyed between two people in real life. And we try to get that using a synthetic form of sex, which is porn. And it can never deliver even close to what actual sex and intimacy is supposed to, which is connecting to another person. It gets us further away from that. So and you mentioned you really haven't talked to your boyfriend, was it, about this?
Yeah, I mean, he knows. I mean, because like my search history is like always on there. Like I don't ever, like you can clear it, or I don't ever do that. So, and like one time it was on there, or okay. So what it was it was a link, because like when you try to skip the ad or whatever, like it'll usually say like Chatterbait or something like that. And like he saw it because I had him Google something for me because I was doing the dishes. And he's like, "What is this?" And I was like, "That." And like I had to explain to him, But then it wasn't really talked about after that. And I mean, he didn't seem bothered by it, but I don't know if he really was or if he wasn't, or what his thoughts were.
Yeah, got it. If you were to have a conversation with him about it, how would you approach that?
I would just dive right into it and just ask him how it made him feel and what his thoughts were on it, because I've never known him to watch porn. Like, we've been together for a good amount of time. So.
Yeah, and I think there's a deeper level of that as well, which is, what are you longing for? What is he longing for? Being curious about that. What's missing in our relationship? What's missing in our intimate relationship? And intimacy is not just sex. Intimacy is much more than sex.
Right.
Yeah. Well, thanks for sharing. I'm going to recommend this book again to you and everybody else listening. Unwanted by Jay Stringer, How Sexual Brokenness Reveals Our Way to Healing. It's the best book on the topic. If you guys are
Thank
interested.
you. I enjoyed being open and talking about this. That really gave me some insight and made me actually like think about my actions. Really.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing.
All right. Bye. Talk to
All
you
right.
later.
Take care.
You
Bye-bye.
too.
Unwanted people. It always comes down to some sort of conversation about love, wantedness, worthiness, enoughness, and unwanted will unpack that for you if you engage it with your whole heart. By the way, I'm a coach. I do one-on-one coaching as well as group coaching, both for men dealing with unwanted sexual behavior, such as pornography, sex addiction, or the like, as well as women dealing with betrayal trauma, the trauma that is experienced when a betrayal is discovered. Caitlin and Honest Love said his groups are amazing, so thankful. Appreciate that. If you're interested in coaching with me or in my groups, you can schedule a discovery call with me, which is $1 for a 30-minute call, because my time is only worth $2 an hour. Just kidding. That's going to go back up to $50 tomorrow. That's a promise. The price goes back up to $50 for my discovery call tomorrow. And then my groups are $99 a month. We meet for an hour and 15 minutes weekly on Zoom, either on Tuesday evenings or Wednesday afternoons, depending on which group and where you're at. It's a great place to come and heal together in community, because healing doesn't occur until it's witnessed empathetically. Healing doesn't occur until it's witnessed empathetically. Our 18-year-old friend, 19-year-old friend, or anybody else thinking that they can do it on their own, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. The power of community is so important. So important. So, thought I could do it on my own. Yeah. Yeah, and this is on both sides. If you're watching porn, or if you're been betrayed. So we got a great community, great group. Tuesday nights, Wednesday afternoons. I also do one-on-one coaching, which is similar to therapy. I'm not a therapist. But some have said that the services I provide would be similar to that of a CSAT. I don't make claims, though. Anyways, hope to get my husband into you. I brought it up on his break, but he had to go back to work. Okay. Am I getting off of TikTok? Yes, I am. I'm going to go to bed. Great being with y'all. Remember, gotta read a Viktor Frankl quote. I've been slacking on those. When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. Sorry, I got to read this comment. Is there a motherless coronation that you find, Austin, in men? Oh, boy. Well, in some cases, yes. There certainly was for me. Yeah, I wish you would ask that earlier because that one hits home. I would say that there is always a primary attachment figure involvement. Most men have daddy issues, father wounds, and many have mother wounds as well. So my mom died when I was 5 years old in a plane crash, which, as I've unpacked my story, realized that one affected me pretty deeply. I used to literally say, up until D-Day, essentially, that my mom died when I was 5 and it hasn't affected me. That's the greatest lie I ever told. It was sorry for those of you who have been betrayed and you're in the thick of it. It was a way bigger lie than cheating on my wife and not telling her. The greatest lie I ever told was my mom died when I was 5 and it hasn't affected me. Spoiler alert, it did affect me. And I've learned that in all the work I've done with my coaches and my intensives and my therapy and all of that. So yes, there's pretty much always a mother wound or a father wound, or maybe more clinically accurate, you can put it, a primary attachment wound. And there's always a reason why we watch what we watch. So yes, like for all my clients I work with, it goes back to something they learned from their parents or didn't learn from their parents, or what they wanted differently, how they were abused by parents or somebody else. Yeah, it starts in your childhood. Is there a group I can join? Yes, JD, there's my private coaching groups. You can go to the link in my bio and get info on that. It's $99 a month, and it's fire. You can schedule a discovery call if you want to talk more. I need advice from you. Can we talk? Yes, you can schedule a discovery call with me. The link is in my bio. What is the name of the book? Unwanted by Jay Stringer. Why do people get so upset when your opinion is that it's cheating? Good question. Yeah, just go to the link in my bio, JD. You'll go to my link tree. And the first one, it says start here, book a discovery call. The second link, I'll take my donation link down. Nobody donates anyways. But if you want to donate, there's a link in my bio where you can donate to the cause. Unwanted is free. It's free on Audible? Really? Oh, if you have Audible Plus or whatever. He's coming out with a new book, by the way, Jay Stringer, on desire, which I can't wait for that. Much love and respect to your wife for being supportive of what you do on all your platforms. Thank you. I'll tell her. I'll tell her you said that. Smelly Tootie Butt. Did my 3-year-old join the chat? Smelly Tootie Butt. That's a name. Dude, it's crazy. When I have a video go like somewhat viral, my calendar just gets booked. Oh my gosh. Thursday is going to be a day. You're not gaming while trying to present yourself as an adult man. Hilarious. What does that mean? So, in your conclusion, it's cheating. Yeah, if you're in a committed monogamous relationship with another person, and you've said something like "I love you, only you, mind, body, and soul, till death do us part," if you deviate from that, whether it's with a person on a screen or otherwise, that would be going against the agreement and therefore cheating. So, anyways, great being with y'all. We'll see you next time. Links in my bio for my groups or for my one-on-one coaching, or to schedule a discovery call, whatever you want to do. Or if you want to donate to the cause, the link's there as well. Great being with y'all. Make it a great day or not. The choice is always yours. Always yours. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.